An ordinance amending Appendix A of the Chesapeake City Code entitled Zoning, Section 3-403, 14-101, and 14-102 to permit the keeping of 4 or fewer female chickens in all single-family residential zoning districts. Planning Commission recommends denial, and we have one speaker who wishes to address council on this item this evening, Mayor.
Please call that one speaker in red.
Mary Lou Burke, 945 Hollywood Drive, representing 4 Chesapeake Hens, to speak in support of public hearing item I.
How are you?
Great.
Yes, you are.
My name is Mary Lou Burke. I reside at 945 Hollywood Drive. 4 Chesapeake Hens request that City Council allow residents to keep hens on residential properties by passing TAZ 1207 with changes to allow up to 6 hens and a removal of the privacy fencing requirement. Mr. Mayor and members of council, ours is a society that has grown sadly out of touch with the food we eat. I was once visiting a close relative in her upper 70s who lives out of state. I'll call her Matilda, not her real name. During our visit, Matilda shared with me that only expensive organic foods were good enough for her and her husband. She believes these pesticide and chemical-free foods are healthier and more nutritious and therefore worth the extra money. I was excited. I shared with her my own efforts at organic gardening in my own backyard and our group's efforts to get hens legalized in residential areas of Chesapeake. But Matilda was puzzled. "Why in the world would you want to keep chickens?" she asked in amazement. I explained how hens would supply us with organic eggs right in our own backyards. I would use the chicken skill sets as organic herbiciders and pesticiders in my garden, and we would compost their manure as a valuable fertilizer and soil amendment. Matilda shared with us that she herself had grown up in a hard-working farm family in the rural Midwest. She said she was embarrassed to inform me that her own family raised their crops in the manure from their own livestock, and that she found this old-fashioned practice disgusting. Amazed, I asked her, "Matilda, what exactly do you think organic means?" The look on her face was one of absolute shock and horror. A second story is that our group has had to explain how chickens can help in the case of a major disaster, like Katrina or Sandy. Live chickens do not require refrigeration and can supply eggs while the power is out. A third story pertains to our younger generation. Our group brought hens to the Hampton Roads Sustainability Expo last summer. There were some middle school students who looked at the beautiful gold sex-link chickens that we had brought to our table with their eyes wide in total amazement. "What are those?" they asked in wonder. We explained that these are chickens, examples of where their eggs come from. These stories all show how distant most of us have become from the sources of our own food. City Council voted to prohibit farm animals in residential areas on June 17, 1975. The minutes from this meeting and from a June 19th article in the Ledger-Star document that it was never Council's intention at that time to prohibit residents from raising a few backyard hens for eggs for their own consumption. The intent was to protect the city from an increase in perhaps spurious claims for livestock killed by dogs under a state law. Changes in state and local laws now protect the city from such unfounded claims, and these claims have become extremely rare. We therefore ask that City Council restore residents' historic rights to keep hens on residential properties by passing TAZ 1207 with changes to allow up to 6 hens and a removal of the privacy fencing requirement. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.